60 seconds.
Depends on, you know, if we're smoking.
Hello and welcome to You Don't Know Jack Volume 2, Part 4. Also, I know that the on-air thing was just blurry for a second, so they really seem to be messing with that.
Why don't you tell me how many people are playing the game here? Oh, poor you. You don't have any friends today. Oh well, let's have your name.
Yeah, right.
Plugged according to the outlet?
Helen, this player refuses to type their name in. Could you get the cattle prod out of the closet, please?
Hey, yeah, I'm not. Nope.
You didn't type in a name, so here's your new name. Lugnut.
If we're not going to fill out the forms...
Hey, you know what? I also need to know if you had plans for a 21-question game or a 7... Okay, fine.
30 seconds.
Your buzzer is the letter B, as in more bang for your buck.
Okay.
No time means no time. Do I have to draw a diagram?
Can we say it together, Ray?
Okay.
All right, pay attention. People screw this up all the time. As soon as you think you know the answer to a question, buzz in. Then you have to hit the number that corresponds to the answer you want. You got that?
Yeah, I've played this many times.
10 seconds.
Good luck to you.
Okay, here we go. 86 to desktop.
I'm gonna skip next part to see if it skips this, because I don't want to hear this freaking
Okay, and stand by.
explanation 50 times.
In order for some rides to work, you must consciously think that you are riding them.
What's that I smell? Piping hot trivia, just like Mom used to make. At least that's new for once.
It's time for the
But we did it, we finally got a new intro text.
Yeah, welcome. Good to see ya. You comfortable? Good. We're starting. Okay, pick a category. Category. Don't forget to tie your bandana around your thigh. Get it right, get $2,000. You know, for the life of me, I can't remember the name of this thing. Now, when you think you know, buzz in and type your answer. It was a big dance craze in the 1980s. There was a movie made about it, and the sequel to that movie was called Electric Boogaloo. To do the dance, you can spin on your back on some cardboard. What the hell was it called? Show it if you know. Breakdancing.
Yep, breaking. I only know that because of Electric Boogaloo, which is usually one of the...
What were we thinking?
Yeah.
Come on, we need
Usually
a category.
one of the weirdest sequel taglines ever.
Alright, next up. Jeffy's channeling me. $2,000 riding on this one. If you read the strip, you know that the dead grandfather in the family circus shows up to silently help out every now and then. If the kids wanted to talk to Grandpa and decided to use the method for questioning the dead that Odysseus uses in the Odyssey, what would they do? Have Billy draw the strip for the day, fill Barfy's bowl with blood, slaughter PJ and Rita's intestines, or put Dolly in an opium trance? The dead in the Odyssey were thirsty folks, so Grandpa might come floating if the kid sat out a bowl full of blood.
I totally guessed that, but it makes
Gramps
sense.
materializes to
I've
lap
heard
up
of
that
that.
little tasty treat. You can ask him why their heads
that
are
sounds
shaped like that.
sounds familiar, so...
How about it? We need a category.
Question 3.
This category is, why that's a trip of a different color. Get this right, get $2,000. Imagine that after spending a few dull weeks back in Kansas with Auntie Em and Uncle Henry, Dorothy decides to hitch a ride on a twister back to the land of Oz. Based on its average number of tornadoes per year, in which state would Dorothy have the best chance of catching a ride? Texas, Florida, Oklahoma, or Kansas? If you only had a brain. Too bad you didn't choose this. With an average of over 100 twisters per
Oh,
year,
yeah.
Dorothy's best bet is to go to Texas. It'll be nice for her to see more of the U.S., and she has a great excuse for hanging around in trailer parks. Take your pick. What do you say?
Hallelujah. Bow your heads and pray to Thor.
Okay, coming up, this category is, well, Jung. And this one's gonna be worth $1,000. Nothing like rifling through old psychiatric files. Check these out. Patient manifests severe narcolepsy, perhaps a psychosomatic device to avoid confrontation with wife. Overgrowth of facial hair suggests possible anxiety about masculinity. Who's the patient? Sleeping Beauty, Snuffy Smith, Rip Van Winkle, or Chewbacca?
I have no clue.
Let me take a second of my time to show you what's right. To avoid the little woman, Rip went on a bender with strangers and slept for 20 years. Seeing a psychiatrist is great, and I think it's going to take a surgeon to cure that bedhead of his. All right, go ahead and pick one. Uh-oh, chest butt sits grime floor.
Well, this is good because that means the district has at round 2. So I'll get more money,
Alright, this
hopefully, if
gibberish
it's
category
easy.
is...
So, as
all
much
for
as
a
I don't like
quarter.
these,
The
I'd rather
opening
have these on
value
round
is
1.
$5,000. Remember, speed's the key. The quicker you solve this, the more money you take away. Okay, tell me, with what does this rhyme? We'll see the Willie? Now remember, don't get fooled by the punctuation.
We'll see the Willie, I mean?
First hint, it's a musical group. It's a group that got in trouble for lip syncing. Last one. Its name sounds like vanilla. You'll get nothing in like it.
I
You
don't
hurry
know.
up.
I don't.
Come on, the two guys who didn't sing and they wore a lot of spandex. We'll see the Willie.
Oh.
Just admit it. You liked them when they first came out, didn't you?
No. I never listened to anything they
How
made.
about it?
Maybe
We
I
need a
have, and I
category.
didn't know, but nope.
The category is don't pee in our pool. We don't swim in your toilet. And $1,000 is riding on this question. All right, fingers limbered, cause here comes the question. Which of the following is not a body of water? Lake Titicaca, PD River, Lake Fatass, or Assiniboine River? There's no Lake Fatass.
Yeah, I mean, there's no way there's...
But that's where
No,
they'll
I heard
ship
a
you off to if you
Titicaca,
don't lay off
and
the
there's
snack cakes.
no way there's a lake called Lake
Okay,
Fatty.
pick a category.
There's no way. I'll let you pick, because I don't really know.
Hey, recess is over.
The 7 o'clock news with question 7.
And this question's category is making big wind. And this
Okay.
one's worth $2,000.
Also making
Okay,
no
all set.
sound.
Let's pretend the latest hurricane is named after the king of rock and roll. Now, Hurricane Elvis wanted to change its name to Typhoon Elvis. Where would it have to go? Onto land, to the western Pacific, to the south of Australia, or into the Arctic Circle? A hurricane is called a typhoon in the
Yeah.
western Pacific.
Yeah. That was easy.
Either way, it's still a hunk of blowing wind. Come on, we need a category.
Order me the taco plate with the side of question 8.
Category, let's do it. My head is spinning. Okay, $3,000 coming at ya. Okay, get your fingers ready. Let's get busy. If sitcoms were single-celled organisms, the process of creating a spin-off would be called what? Peristalsis, mitosis, cellulodevesis, or cloning? Mitosis is the process where one cell
That is
divides
easy,
into two independent
cloning.
cells.
That is worth
The Laverne and
3,000.
Shirleys of the
That
cell
is
world thrive and grow. The
literally,
Lobos of
that
the
was
cell
so
world
easy.
wither and die. All right, go ahead and pick one. The category is Oompa, Loompa, Lollapalooza. 2 G's for a right answer. Okay, here's the deal. Daddy got her a golden ticket, a tour around Wonka's factory, and a goose that laid a golden egg. Now, what does that spoiled bitch Veruca Salt want now? Veruca Salt insists that Daddy take her to Geneva for the Salt 2 talks at once. When she arrives, what will she be talking about? Sodium adjustment licensing, Swiss almond liqueurs, strategic arms limitations, or Symbionese arms liberation? No, but Salt does tend to bloat you. Too bad Veruca didn't bring Augustus Gloop along for a little adjusting.
Yeah, I picked that because sodium chloride.
Let
I
me
don't
show
even
you
know.
what someone smart would have picked.
Daddy, I want to sit next to Mr. Brezhnev.
By the way, you gonna give an explanation
How
for
about
me?
it? We need a category. 3 words for you? How about these 3? That's right, kids. We're making a celebrity collect call to Beverly Hills, California to speak to none other than the Charles Nelson Reilly. We're dialing up Charles Nelson Reilly.
Okay.
So cool. Beverly
Usually
Hills.
that's on
Movie
question
stars,
8,
swimming
so
pools, black gold,
dang.
Texas D.
I did not expect that.
Hello? Hello. Just a minute, please. Right, just a moment. And put those other things over there, and when you finish, you can do the back. Hello?
I have a collect call from Buzz. From You Don't Know Jack. Will you accept the call?
Buzz at You Don't Know Jack? Sure, operator.
Hi, Mr. Nelson Reilly. It's Buzz.
Oh, Buzz, hi, hello. I've been hearing a lot about you. How'd you get my number, Buzz? How am I so lucky? Just kidding. Now, how's the show going? I hear it's going great from all reports.
It's going great. Thanks for asking. Hey, Mr. Nelson Reilly, I was wondering if you'd like to come up with a trivia question for our contestants.
Sure.
All right, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to put you on with our producer so you can get the specifics, and then we'll come back to you for your question. Sound good?
Okay, you'll put me on with the producer. I'll get the specifics. Okay, that's fine.
Cool.
Well, I'll be waiting.
Okay.
Okay, folks, we'll be right back with Mr. Charles Nelson Reilly. In the meantime, let's pick another category.
Why is this
pick. What do
music
you
playing?
say?
Over?
This one's gonna be Dots Aren't Just for Eyes. $2,000 for right answer. Okay, hit your buzzer when you know the answer and then type it in.
Okay.
You know, I'm trying to remember. What's the name of that thing? You know, you use it in a sentence. You use it when there's no conjunction. It relates the 2 independent clauses in a compound sentence. It kind of looks like a period with a tail. Okay, go for comma. You mean as in wrong, comma, you bonehead?
Oh, wait, what was
Now the
it called?
correct answer is
Oh,
a
semicolon, yeah.
semicolon is sometimes used between the 2
Dang.
clauses of a compound sentence instead of a conjunction.
I mixed
It's
them
also
up.
used when you don't have the strength to write a full colon. All right, we've been through round 1. Let's get on to round 2. Okay, pay attention, because all the questions in round 2 are worth more money. Okay, we are back with Mr. Charles Nelson Reilly. By the way, can I call you Charles?
No. You can call me sir, okay?
Okay.
Oh, by the way, Buzz, feel free to take any notes you want because I studied with the great acting teacher, Uta Hagen.
Uta Hagen, yeah, love her ice cream.
It is good, isn't it? Okay, players, here's the category. On the good ship, Reilly Pop.
And we'll make this one worth 5 big ones.
Every, like, celebrity question uses this background.
That's it. Here's the question. I've had a boat in Marina del Rey for 35 years. I named my boat after a famous Puccini opera. What is my vessel named? The Barber of Seville, Don Giovanni, La Boheme, or Annie?
Hey, Chuck, is it La Boheme?
Right on. Yes, that's it. I named my boat La Boheme after the Puccini opera.
Yeah. That's the only
Because
one
La Boheme
I've
was the
heard
first
of
opera
before.
I saw, the first opera I was in,
Never seen
and
it,
the
though.
first opera I directed. And Buzz,
Yeah.
tell your players I'm a member of the Coast Guard Auxiliary,
Mm-hmm.
and my boat is part of the fleet. Tell them when they go and buy a boat to go first to the Coast Guard, free courses in boat safety, and please don't get in a boat without proper instruction.
Aye, aye, Captain. Hey, thanks a lot for doing this, Mr. Nelson Reilly. You're a great sport, and it was a great question.
My pleasure, Buzz. I really had a good time. Oh, by the way, would you do me just one small favor?
You name it.
Lose my number.
All right, let's go on. Come on, we need a category.
12. Celebrity voice impersonated.
And we call this one The 7 Deadly Sins in My 3
I wouldn't
Sons. Pop a right
know what
answer,
they're
you got
saying.
4K.
That
All
question
right,
12
listen
bundle.
closely. Imagine an episode of My 3 Sons in which Uncle Charlie's sitting on his lazy ass, Rob's got his head in the fridge yet again, and Ernie's locked in his room with a Victoria's Secret catalog. Which of the 7 deadly sins is not being practiced? Lust, avarice, sloth, or gluttony?
What is avarice?
No one's being greedy
Yeah.
here.
Oh, that's greed?
Avarice would be if Fred McMurray demanded more money to return next season.
I don't think that's even one of them, or isn't anymore.
Okay, pick a
So I just picked
category.
that. I mean, I was not even like listening to any of that.
I love 13, number 13. Oh-ho.
The category. The peat bogs echoed with her joy. $4,000 behind this one. Limber up those fingers. When you know the answer, buzz in and start typing.
Great, one of the.
What is the direct object of the following sentence? Dirk the hardy Viking gave a large vibrating goat to Griselda of the Moors. Go crazy. Type it. The verb is gave and the goat is being given. Therefore,
Yeah.
goat is the direct object.
Yeah, that was easy. So I'm getting so much of these this game.
And if your direct object is a goat, you really need to get to the city more often.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead and pick one.
We wish you a number 14 and a happy Hanukkah.
And this category is saving the earth, then
What is this
blowing it up.
prize? Like,
$6,000 could
the other
be
game
yours.
didn't have this, so, like,
Okay,
why does it
listen
keep
up.
happening?
Like
It's
any
just
good
weird.
chemist, you like to keep your elements tidy and recycle. Based on their abbreviations in the periodic table, you keep your boron in an old vitamin B bottle and your carbon in a used high C can. Under the same system, what will you also have? Quinine in a Q-tips package, hydrogen in a preparation H container, krypton in a special K box, or magnesium in an M&M's wrapper.
I don't know.
And over here we have the right answer. H is the abbreviation for hydrogen, so you keep it in a preparation H
Okay,
container.
then.
Oddly enough, you keep your tungsten in a compound W bottle.
Not your tongue, Stan. Your tungsten.
Oh, thanks a lot. Now you tell me.
Come on, we need a category. Category. When meteorologists go bad. Get it right, get $2,000. Hang on tight, cause here we go. If weatherman Willard Scott suddenly began to think he was Professor Henry Higgins from My Fair Lady, what might he predict about the rain? It will taste faintly like champagne, it will trail gaily down the drain, it will stay mainly in the plain, or it will make paisley trouser stains.
I don't know, so I'm not guessing.
Here's what you should have picked. In My Fair Lady, Professor Higgins notes that the rain in Spain stays mainly on the plain. I hope for Bryant Gumbel's sake, Willard doesn't
You
start
don't
thinking he's
even
Eliza
know.
Doolittle. How about it? We need a category. Excellent choice. It's time to play Dis or Dat.
Or that.
Category for this Dis or Dat question is my evil twin. Okay, concentrate. I'm going to read off a list of 7 TV characters, and for each one I read, I want you to tell me if that character was played by one actor or 2 different actors.
Great, I don't need
As
that.
each one comes up, if the character was played by one actor, press 1. If the character was played by 2 different actors, press 2. And press 4 to skip. You get $1,000 for each right answer, and you lose $1,000 for each one you get wrong, or you just don't get to. All right, let me have 30 seconds on the clock. Let's do it. Mr. Roper from Three's Company, 1 actor or 2. Garrett from Bewitched. Lionel Jefferson. Uncle Charlie of My 3 Sons. Chris Partridge. Becky from Roseanne. This is it. Aunt B from Baby.
I totally guessed those.
She wrote.
So that's good. I guessed like all of those.
Hey, you dropped a couple, but I've seen worse.
Yeah. At least I ended up positive on that.
Question. Take your pick. What do you say?
Shave your thing, keep it clean, 17.
All right, next up, One Piece Wonders. And this one's worth $4,000. Imagine this game of strip poker. Julius Caesar's got a straight, Tarzan's got a flush, Gandhi's got a full house, and Hulk Hogan's got 2 pair. Who just won and won't have to take off his one piece? Julius Caesar, Tarzan, Gandhi, or Hulk Hogan? Gandhi's Full House beats
Full
the
House.
rest. Which is a good thing, because I hear Gandhi's got a gambling debt you wouldn't believe. All right, go ahead and pick one. You're snoozing, I'm choosing.
I was gonna pick that anyways.
Okay, coming up, this category is Kill the Spider. We're talking $6,000 for this one. Hey, remember the children's book Charlotte's Web about the spider that writes messages in her webs to save Wilbur the pig's life? Imagine a chapter of the book in which Wilbur and Charlotte have a fight. Charlotte retaliates by writing a harsh interrogative sentence in her web. Which of these could it be? Head cheese tastes great. You should make him into sausage. When are you going to eat that fat pig or sell Wilbur barbecue pork rinds now? An interrogative sentence is a question.
Yeah, question. Let's think about that.
And the next question asked around the barn would be, hey, Templeton, what would it take to get you to off the spider?
Yeah, I mean, the spider ended up dying anyways, so...
Okay, pick a category.
Like a bad Hollywood scene, it was question 19.
And this question's category is, hey, cool paint job. We are talking 4 big ones. Hey, open your eyes and look at this picture and tell me, what would be the best name for this painting? Starry Night Rider, Starsky and Hunt, The Dukes of Dada, or Van Gogh Speed Racer, go! It's Kit, the car from Knight Rider, inserted into Van Gogh's painting, Starry Night.
Yeah, it's not Starsky.
Michael, my readings
Dukes.
indicate a severe
It's
drop
Starry
in
Night, of
Barney
course.
Wilson ratings.
I heard a Knight Rider before, so...
Come on, we need a category.
The Fresh Saver. 20.
The category is animal, mineral, or disembodied head. We got $4,000 on the table. Okay, imagine this. An India-based toy maker wants to compete for Mr. Potato Head's market share. If its new toy is based on the Hindu god Ganesh, what should they call it? Mr. Deadhead, Mr. Donkey Head, Mr. Elephant Head, or Mr. Wetnap Head? Ganesh has the head of an elephant.
Yeah.
He's also
Wetnap.
got 4 arms and a puffy red human belly. A handsome toy that'll teach the kids all about physical fitness.
Yeah. Cool.
All right, go ahead and pick one.
I'll do this one because I don't know. Because how vague these are.
Time for the attack. Oh, you already know the way this works. All right, make sure your match fits this clue. The right direction. And the right direction for you is facing that monitor. Have a good one.
Oh, he didn't give these, great. I don't. Oh my god. I guessed. It's all these. I guess it's... Yeah. Yeah, I don't know any of these, so I'm not guessing this.
Well, I've seen worse jack attacks, but then I've seen better. Now, let's see your final score. That's the game.
Woo, you want to lie down? That must
Think
be
I
taking
gained
something
something
out of
from
you.
that,
Well, let me fill
so
back up your
that's good.
electrolyte count with these words.
Okay, great show. Thanks, Buzz. Let's roll commercials and
Yeah,
find out what's
I don't
happening.
even
Cooking with the
know.
players.
Like I only knew like 2 of those. That was my best score yet,
What do you
so
know?
cool.
You have the high score. I guess that makes you like royalty with the computer geek crowd. Good for you. That's something to be really proud of. Listen, when you want to play again, let me know, Your Majesty.
Well, I'll play again tomorrow, so goodbye.